My project right now is called Donde Mueren Los Sueños, and it translates roughly into Where Dreams Die. This is an artistic attempt to tell a reality. One of these people could have been me.
Person is unidentified. The cause of death is undetermined. And this is number 240145.
The desert is really the place where I connect myself to that migration.
This site was reported May 1st in 2024 for unidentified person. The cause of death is undetermined. The skull is thought to be over 6 months old.
My project is about witnessing something. I moved to Southern Arizona in 2011, and I wanted to learn more about the Sonoran Desert. So I started walking the trails, and then I learned people were dying. And then I said, well, what I want to do is visit those locations to see what they look like. So I went to a few of those sites. There was nothing. But it was something that was captivating me in a way that I didn't know how at the time. The spaces that I was visiting, they were telling me things like, there's a story here that if you don't tell it, it's going to disappear. It's going to be lost in the desert. So I took that very seriously. I wanted to create the crosses by hand, slowly. Because that process of making the object gives me the opportunity to think about the people out there, my own history, the losses in my own life. I was born in Colombia, and I left Colombia when I was 20 years old. I learned enough in high school to know that this was not going to be the end of my education. My family didn't believe in any of that high school is enough. They wanted me to work and contribute to the household. But I also hated being poor. And I didn't want to resign to the idea of being poor forever. I wanted to get away from it. I was able to get all my visas and papers to come to the U.S. So I came here so naive, thinking that I was going to land at JFK on Tuesday and I will go to Columbia University on Wednesday. I had no idea how difficult that was going to be. In the meantime, I was drafted into the U.S. Army. I didn't have any skills, so where can we put this guy? In the infantry to Vietnam. 14 months in Vietnam. Survived. I'm trying to compare my own life to the people who die out there, that I have to remember and to be grateful that I'm one of the lucky ones. This is an artistic attempt to tell a reality by putting something that doesn't belong there, but something that has a lot of information. Okay. That did it. I'm trying to give this person, or these people, these 1,700 people, a little bit of presence. That person had a name, and that person had family, and that person had plans and dreams, and that dream died in that piece of terrain there. It's a very personal day. Leaving my grandmother behind, my parents, all of those things are there. I carry all of that stuff. When in the desert, they become heavier. I knew from the very beginning that it was too big for me to finish it. I'm nowhere near even half of it. That number, 4,200, are only the ones that have been recovered. That there are many out there in the desert, in faraway places, where they're still there. I'm giving the people the opportunity to use their perception as to what they are seeing by looking at an object that looks like a cross that is in the middle of nowhere for the most part. It gives you a little bit of, what am I looking at? And then you may want to learn the context. That was the original idea.